Agus fáilte roibar ascadí Pórciúsach an seo in Inisig Gúnda an chlóir le haig an immert pelle idir Roscommon agus Kerry an creabh ile éireann sa bhrád na manure chuig faointe déag an Iran ar an Nánach Sakata, and the fans have come back here in huge numbers once again. Well, here for the first time for the Rossies fans. They are terrific followers. They've had so many disappointments down the years. 1951, the last time that Roscommon has won a minor title. It would mean an awful lot to them. Their fullback this afternoon, Paul Gleeson, he went in on the big danger man up front for Kerry last Sunday. Did a useful job, but again, Paddy Curran's a fabulous footballer. 8 points last week. Yes,
and 6 of those from play, Ger. It's an outstanding contribution. 3-time Kerry minor, and that's Kerry minor now. It's easy enough to be 3 times somewhere else. You have to be a bit special for that gang of men. Superb, absolutely. But Paul Gleeson did a really good job when you replaced Mark McLaughlin, you recall.
Yep.
Pretty quick call by the management, got him in. I think today they'll be looking out for more help around young Gleeson, because Curran is a handful. He's going to score anyway. It's just limiting him to a score that's manageable for the opposition. I think that has to be the key for them. And also, Jerry should say that Rossies haven't given away a goal in the championship this year, whereas Kerry have scored at will. Last Sunday, blank sheet again for Miley in the Roscommon goal, and that's a key. If Roscommon are to win it and win their first win, as you say, since 51, can't concede goals.
I think it's Kerry with 11 goals so far. They've been scoring an average of 2 per game in the 5 matches so far. Roscommon just 3 goals scored in 4. A goal today might be important for them.
Oh yes, set against the point I've just made, that Roscommon don't concede goals too easily, and that's been against excellent opposition in Galway, Mayo, Tip, Meath, all the way through, and the heat of last Sunday, instead to have a blank. That's some defending by any yardstick.
The two managers are interesting people. John Kennedy, who of course we know as an old Kerry star. His last day as manager of this team here, well, one of his last days was against Paddy O'Shea's Westmeath. I remember it last year in the qualifiers. Big day that for him. And of course Fergal O'Donnell has done a terrific job as manager of Roscommon, because they came from virtually nowhere. Nobody really seriously fancied them before the start of the competition.
Well, if I was to tell you, Jerry, early on in the season, I remember meeting him after a 2-16 to 2-point drubbing at the hands of Armagh in a challenge match. That'll put into perspective how far this team has travelled. But to go to John Kennedy, very interesting manager also, with huge inter-county senior experience. He is a little bit up on Fergal in that regard. But both teams, I'm very impressed with the backup teams, the selectors, the way they handle themselves, the way they manage them. Both teams out here today and last Sunday, an absolute credit to them.
Well, the parade of the teams is going on in the background here, and the hairs, I'm sure, are standing up on the back of the necks of some of these young fellas. The Rossies getting in behind their team captain, their centre half back. Huge occasion for them. They were anticipating a crowd of around 12,000. They've certainly got 12,000, I think, Kevin, or they will all be here shortly after 3 o'clock anyway. It's a match nobody wanted to miss.
Yes, and of course the occasion is massive. We have to wish all the players and both sides the very best. Look, it's a huge occasion in the young life of these boys, something they'll never forget. And it was lovely that none of them left Croke Park last Sunday having lost in All-Ireland. But it's to be won today. This is the big one for both teams. And how much have they improved? Who has the most scope for improvement? Who has learned the most? Sure, they're the key questions. I think Roscommon had the most scope, but the wily men of the kingdom, they're really going to make it difficult for them.
So are you going to put our producers 50 cents on one of them?
I think I'm going to just row in with the West. Badly wanted at home, a fierce hunger. I know we had it last Sunday for Mayo, didn't materialise. I fancy the Roscommon team will give it tucks and won't be found wanting in terms of effort. Have they the class? Well, we'll know that in the next 60-65 minutes.
Is it a contrast, as you see it, Kevin, between a Roscommon side that in essence are a team of players, 15 out on the field, big panel as well behind them, but they play as a team without too many great stars, whereas Kerry, they're a team as well, but they have some really classy performers?
I do, Ger. I think that's a very fair way of putting it. The team effort has been paramount in the Roscommon camp, and for no reason that, or for no excuse that John Kennedy can use, he happens to have some marquee players in Walsh, in Mourne, and in young Curran at full forward, and his own lad who's been contributing nicely as well. They have some standout players, no doubt about that. But that's what the great contests are about. Sometimes individually you're not as good, but team-wise you can make it up, and that is what's going to be asked out here today.
It's good as well, while the focus may well be on Roscommon and their quest to win a title for the first time in 55 years. We've got to remember also there's a Kerry team out there laden with class, and just because they win so many titles and have won an All-Ireland Senior last week, if they are the better team, we should stand back and admire what they have to offer.
Absolutely.
I think it's good that Paddy Curran is able to play, because he clashed accidentally with Mark Miley, the Roscommon goalkeeper, last Sunday. Thankfully he is able to start.
Yes, and we thought for a while his jaw might have been broken. That would have been a shocking pity altogether for the young lad to miss out on such an occasion. So both teams are at full strength. They had full hands to pick from. They have what they have. They've lined them up. And we have to say this. Nobody out here from the Kerry team has an All-Ireland medal. So of course they're going to want to win it so badly.
That's an amazing statistic when you think about it, that it is 12 years since Kerry last won a minor. We think of them picking up trophies right, left and centre nearly every other year.
Yeah, absolutely, Ger. And throw in that a minor championship hasn't gone to the West, as you said, in 20 years. They're amazing numbers for both sides. But I think Kerry, John Kennedy isn't manager by accident. They want to sort this minor situation out very quickly down there. They want that conveyor belt to keep ticking over all the time. Kennedy is there to do a job. He has huge experience. He has a good team. And we're expecting big things from the Kerry team.
OK, Kevin, well, for the third time this decade, the minor final is going to a replay. Tásúla go bhain sibh tanamhas agus sa nán leganis chuig ar dráchtara seanis Mícheál Ó Sé.
Gur ma hagad siar agus an olaf chantús a chur leis an emertitsa agus an moltóid an son ó ordwacha Padraig Hughes sné tá bhail na tadfadóige agus beidir nach mar a bhí a bheith chuige inúhansa níl an fáid gynúf chomúr agus a bhí páirce chrócaig an páirce nibh bhaid ní sleune slú anna bhreáid fad bris agus cúgvíle díag duine an sa chun féchant na immert agus banna ceúil na Padraig hís fenar mon an son agus snéad fuirin Roscommon Derek Coran Tamarcam a bhachtan don géad uail ó 90 chuig a héan agus banna ceúil na Padraig únta chláid os ar góid amachchan sa snéad fuirin Kerry I Derek a bhachtan don géad uail ó 90 noch a cehéir éon bhálta díag a há an bheachtíanta agus tá échean díag caiidecha Sícín bhuite go Roscommon gan éirid agus éon ceann a bháin Caile fósacha an slua an son agus an táiletha a bheith fes gá na fóhanna an Bainistúid an son ó Kerry John Kennedy bhfuil craibhacha ile éirinige lár na nochtadí agus an bhanna ceúil agus iad olaf gan rohíl inis chun árán an tárán náisiúnta a scríle chuin a cheapin ach a lár na huide tá míad féchan de a báid gitsa agus an fáid aus a góir na himara an sa agus Padraicha a gur le anam Eddie Walsh Kerry agus Simon Daignan an chováin a ha mehibhhain ar lí na fíorne. Snéibh Padraicha chur le hanam an na bertid san sár felladóidí dar nó Simon Daignan agus Eddie Welsh agus snéad an banna ceúil sa banna ceúil na Padraig chun árán na bhíon a scríle chuin.
If there's something inside of your cushion or your stomach, Tony, that gets ready to go before the ball is thrown into the player or manager?
Well, I suppose I see we're playing against the breeze in the first half, which I'm delighted we are, because we are slow starters. So I would hope, you know, when you're lining up like that, you're sort of nervous that everything is going to go well, get the first few breaks and hold possession, and that you don't concede an early score, because I know Kerry are going to bombard the Roscommon backline early on. They're going to put the ball in first time, and they're going to have a lot of runners running in there. So that's what's going to happen. Like, you know, and always and ever, when you come out here to play, you know, possession is vital. Possession. It's like location with property. Possession is vital, and that's what we have to try and do today.